Hi, I'm Mark with Sideline Power. Headsets have made us the #1 choice for coaching communication for the past decade. We offer a wide variety of packages for any budget, big or small. Today I want to talk about Multi-Voice's MV Audible product. It's a 900 megahertz system with 5 times more power than anything else on the market. Perfect for any game day scenarios. And also breaking up office fights. All right, guys, I'm calling an audible. Let's go. Guys, outside. Let's go. Come on. The MV Audible headset is completely waterproof, has military-grade durability, and has a range of 1,300 yards. All you have to do is power them on, and you're ready to go. Boys, draw! Okay, what's going on this time?
You got all butthurt because I said I'd whoop him in Madden.
Oh my God. Are you mad because he said he beat you in Madden?
Yeah, but he plays with those cheating Patriots. He knows if he plays with any other team, I'll destroy him.
All right, I've got it. Huddle up. All right, guys, we're going to settle this with a 1v1 mirror match. Both of you are playing with the 2017 Browns. Ready?
Come on.
3, 2, 1, power! Did you reply to Coach Smith earlier today?
Smith? Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
Hey Mark, did you get that flyer for the multi-voice headset?
Or are you talking about Multi-Voice's brand new, completely wireless MV1 headset that you can pre-order right now on SidelinePower.com? Yeah, I got that, Ed.
Hello everybody, welcome to Ballin with Bill here with Coach Martin. First of all, I want to thank Sideline Power and also Sports Boards for being our sponsors for this program here this year. And it's been an honor to get Coach out here. Coach, great to have you here, man.
Yeah, it's good to see you again. It's always a joy, that's for sure.
I've known you a long time, Coach.
Oh, yeah.
One of the most respected coaches in the state in my mind.
No, I appreciate that.
With you at Nebraska, and you're over there yelling at the old line. I'm talking to the quarterbacks, and you're going, Bill, and you pulled me over and said, Bill, you're the biggest quarterback coach I know. I said, yeah, probably too big to be over there.
Yeah, I didn't have to worry about how big them linemen were. You're going to see over them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Anyway, let's start. Let's talk about. Because you went through a tough time in COVID, because you guys shut down for a year.
Yeah.
And then last year, let's talk about last year how you started out a little bit slow, but then you caught fire and were hotter than pistol when you hit the playoffs.
Yeah, it was just a tough one. You know, being away from our kids for a variety of a period of time. But you know what? Hey, that's life. You know, things happen. We talk to our programs about that all the time, about persevering and handling things that are uncontrollable to you. All you can do is control your attitude and your effort. So, you know, we had it about as rough as you can get it, Billy. You know, one of my assistant coaches right before fall camp started lost his son. Been my offensive coordinator for about 20-some plus years, and you know, that is a dynamic that nobody knows how to deal with, but we nurtured through that, and obviously impacted our program in a variety of different ways at the beginning, and just the whole developmental piece. You know, if anybody that actually came to our games and watched us play, you know, I think people just see scores and stuff like that, but you and I that know the game saw that these games against some very high quality opponents in our first 5 games were very close, and we were playing some good football at times, but unfortunately we had to 2 things: play more of a complete game and not beat ourselves. And you know, for our kids to stick together with our coaching staff and everything, who they have a lot of respect for, you know, is phenomenal. And the school and the community and our parents stayed behind us. You know, we were 0-5.
I know you were.
And the first time ever in my career I've ever been 0-5. And it was tough. And you know, but the only way I know how to do it is to pin your ears back and put your back up against the wall and keep fighting. And our kids did that. And for that, we were rewarded. We got confidence. We had to relearn how to win again. And just like I said before, the whole developmental piece, we were just behind bottom line. But to the credit of our kids and fans and support systems, we started to build some confidence. We got closer playing some more complete games. Obviously, that starts with Sunday through Thursday,
Right.
in terms of your preparation, and we just kept going at it. And so very proud coach as I sit here. Might have been one of my better jobs in the 32 years that I've been fortunate enough to do this game when it's all said and done. But it took every ounce of energy that I had, and thank God for my beautiful wife to be there for me throughout it all, because sometimes that stuff comes home with you too, and so anyway, yeah, it was a great finish, and we got the excitement back in the program again, and we're having a really good summer.
That's awesome. So, because you and I have talked to, but share with our viewers, when did you see the change and the lights starting to come on? It was a week by week, or it all of a sudden just pop in there when you saw the change with the kids? And because when you caught fire, I mean, you were like a blaze. I mean, it was two different. I mean, you were there, but it was just like two different complete games.
Yeah.
Was it a slow process, or did it just happen?
To me, as I reflect back on it now, sometimes you get caught up in that daily grind, but it re-emphasized to me, and you hear coaches talk about it all the time, but to me, it really came down to relationships and trust. Our players trust our coaches, and I have some embedded relationships in our community there that I'm very proud of there in North Omaha. And we all kept sticking through it. It wasn't just the players versus everybody else. We all just, and I could just see it, even when we played Millard South the first time, it was tied at halftime.
It was.
We were playing West Side. We went ahead of them in the third quarter. And then they returned the kickoff back for a touchdown. So, we just, in practice, you start to see it a little bit more, kids getting a little bit more confident and what have you. And I would say this too, and it's all respectful to the game too. We played, a 9-game schedule, but our front end of our schedule was loaded with some teams that were in the quarterfinals and semifinals and state championship. Right. So, not to take anything away from the latter part of our schedule, but and we also got my offensive coordinator back too. Hats off. I mean, not hats off. I mean, incredible role model for our children that he did to come back through arguably the most difficult thing that you could ever be dealt with as a parent in life, right?
Yeah.
So
I couldn't imagine what that did.
So just an incredible journey that we're very appreciative for, and it's going to make us better, bottom line.
So how is, you got to the semifinals and you lost in a tight one. How has the attitude been since now you're with them full time, you're back in the weight room, you're doing the things like normal that you couldn't do the year before? So how's that all attitude?
It's been really good. We had a good winter, we had a good spring, got our kids stronger, just revisiting that work ethic in the off season, in the winter and the summer. Unfortunately, we lost our weight room for the summer. I know I shared that with you. This has been a challenge. We've been down at McMillan, coaches back out on grass, doing the drills out there and everything.
Not on your turf.
Yeah, not on the turf during the week and stuff. So, just a lot of things going on. But the mentality of we can play with anybody and competing every day, and we're back to the way that we were before. Going to be a young football team, but our kids are having fun and just really embracing the whole process.
Yeah, this is something I want to ask you because I've known you a long time, and I've recruited your kids when I was at Dana and coached them. And how do you get them to be good people on the field and also quality people off the field? I mean, when he was a great student, great athlete.
Yeah.
I mean, and it seems like a lot of your kids, when you see them go on, have that quality. What do you do to bring that out of them?
I reflected on that for a hot second and just thought truly how I've been, and I even tried to when I hire assistant coaches, which unfortunately fortunately I haven't had to do that very often, but to be honest with you, I treat my players like they were my own children. It's the bottom line. And when I interview assistant coaches, I tell them that I expect them to treat these kids, our kids, just like they were their own children. And for that, I know that sounds pretty plain, but they're an extension of my family. I'm spending a lot of time with them, especially during the season. But to me, that's kids don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. bottom line. And there's not very many players in my program. I don't know, their support, their family situation, relatives. I've been there long enough now, so that is where it defines for me. I get caught up in the X's and O's, and there ain't anybody more competitive on Friday night than I am in this state. But to me, I want to make sure that we're doing, a good representation of our program and then an extension of their family off the field.
What are the main key players that are coming back that got you on fire last year that are coming back now to play this year?
Yeah.
Your experience of who are your key guys?
Sure. And we lost a lot. So to be, we've got some guys that are gonna, really, do some great things. I think for us, we've got, some very talented kids. Ones that come to my mind. Of course, I'm going to be up in the trenches first, because that's where some of that stuff is won and lost. We have a center coming back, Peyton Knickerbocker, who played extremely well for us last year. A lot of people have heard of Tyson Terry, who's going to be a sophomore, a very dynamic young man who everybody would want to have on their football team. He's going to be a sophomore and got, 5 Power 5 offers already and, undefeated state wrestling champ as a freshman, first young man ever to do that in the state of Nebraska in Class A to do that. So obviously we can build around guys like that. We got a dynamic receiver, defensive back, Travion Brown, who's got a lot of D2 offers out there right now, who's been making plays for us, and will be a handful in the special teams as well. We really have and I know people find this hard to believe, but we have a very good running back. Not hard to believe. We've obviously had some tremendously talented running backs, but this young man is the real deal. He is as big and as strong as a running back that we've had. Tashawn Porter's his name, and he's got a lot of D2 offers as well. Those are probably the main component ones that we have that are coming back with a lot of experience. But we've got some seniors and underclassmen that I think are going to fill into some roles on our team that a lot of people are going to hear about their names for sure.
I believe you. I've seen you do it. That leads me into my next question. So how you've been there a long time, and you've won, but you've kept the success for so long there, which nobody's ever done it north through the history.
Yeah.
They haven't. It's always been Central, or back in the early days it was Tech. Tech had all the horses back then.
Yeah.
And you've done a good job, but year in and year out, you're always in. What is your key to keep this thing going so well, even though you have maybe a little bit of a down, but you bounce right back and you think of the playoffs again the following year?
I would just say consistency probably for me. I try not to get too high or get too low, besides all the other things that I talked to you about. I think I have a knack of motivating kids to get them to reach their potential when they're in high school. And I have my ways of going about and doing that. I think some of the best advice that I've tried to utilize. I remember when Coach Ferentz one time many years ago was talking about trying to build it from the end back to the beginning. And I think too many guys, at least myself when I was younger, we'd get so focused on the here and now and not think about what type of football we want to be playing in October and November. And so that is one thing that I would tell you that, early, if anybody's watched our football teams over the year, that a lot of guys will joke about it, that they want to play us early in the season. But because we can be a completely different team the latter part of October and especially November when we've gotten in. And that comes down to a reshuffling of that for me, that I try to look at, okay, we want to be a quarterfinal, semifinal team. Anything plus that is a bonus, and we've been fortunate enough to be in those games. But building it backwards from there, as opposed to just looking out for our first, got to win that opener, and it's do or die if we don't win our opener. I would say, I don't look at it that way. That I think would play into it too, Bill.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting because I've heard Kirk say that before too.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how that works. That you
yeah.
look to see where you're going to be in October more than you are when
Yeah.
you first start in that first game in August. It's
Yeah,
interesting.
and I, you know, as you know, you that benchmark usually is around a 7-win season, right? So then potentially you could be perceived as getting an easier draw in the first round and getting a home game, which obviously is big, and we've all been there. But to me, it's more about making sure that you're healthy, making sure that you're clicking, making sure you're you know you're building that momentum, because it's hard to sustain it. I think for a 9-week 12-week, season. So once again, and with the districts the way that they are, that's typically the latter part of your schedule, right, wrong, or indifferent. And in our situation, a lot of our kids, have jobs and responsibilities at home and stuff. So, we don't have everybody there every single day in the summer, and you got to recognize your situation and utilize it to what's going to impact your program the best. So, those would be some of the major things I would say.
What you've done is you've taken that, and what you've done is made it just a consistent powerhouse.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how you've done that, and it's been consistent through you and your assistant coaches. I think a lot of things, like you said, assistant coaches have been here a while.
Yeah.
You've been here, and it's been a solid program. You're a solid person, a solid program down in North Omaha, which is a credit to all you guys. I mean,
I appreciate it. And, I've had a lot of my guys with me, and I was just, some of my guys.
Nobody's ever, they stay with you.
And we've had a little bit of transition the last few years, but a lot of that has had to do believe it or not, I'm a big family guy, and but a lot of that had to do with their children, of why they looked at different opportunities and stuff like that. And how do you? This is high school football, and they got to do what's in the best interest of them and their families, and I respect that, and I would do the same thing. And, but North Omaha and North has been very good to me and my family. All 3 of my boys have graduated from there. They got a great education. 2 of them already graduated from college and got great jobs. And that's a lot to be said with the community embracing my children too, right? Because sometimes when you're the head football coach and your children come play in your program, some people might not embrace that as much, and they've just been all over it. And it's been a great thing. So.
Hello, everybody. Sorry what happened here. We had a little technical difficulties with interviewing Coach Martin, and I feel real bad about it because we go way back and we're very close, and I think the world of Coach Martin. I think he's a wonderful coach, if not the best coach in the state of Nebraska. What he's done at Omaha North is incredible. Built up that program to where every year it's a stable, strong program and always in the playoff picture. And you look at just like when they had the issues with COVID and they couldn't practice or play for a year, that man brought them back and got them in the playoffs and had a great run to the championship run last year and lost to Gretna in the semis. And then, of course, Gretna went on to win it all. So, you got to think the world of him and think that he's one of the greatest around, and he's a good personal friend. I've always enjoyed my time with him and talking football and having a malt beverage with him, so I've always enjoyed that, and think he's very knowledgeable. He's a great coach, great teacher, and those kids really appreciate him and love him at Omaha North, and enjoy what we have, what we're able to get on the interview, and I hope some of it comes through, because it was a very good interview with Coach Martin, and I apologize from Sideline Power on our technical difficulties. Thank you, and have a powered up day.
Hey guys, this is Mark with Sideline Power. Today I want to talk to you guys about the laser down and distance marker system. Extremely simple to set up, to use, some cutting technology used by some of the top programs in the country. All right, let's go ahead and get started using the down and distance markers. Once you've got the pull snapped together and it attached to your existing chain and pull here, we'll go ahead and power them on. Press of a red button on the down marker, press of a red button on the distance marker. Let them load up for a second. Press the black button on the down marker and you show first down. Brett's at 10 yards. Now let's say the offense gains a few yards. I'll update to second down with the press of a button. Brett will push his button and the update shows you exactly how far you've got to go. Now it's third down. Press the button. Brett will push his button to update. So accurate that we get down to about here, fourth down, with only 1 foot to go. Fourth and 1 foot, I think I'd go for that. A few key features of the laser down system include the matte black foam housing, which reflects any sunlight and is completely waterproof. It has a 7-hour battery life with a rechargeable battery and even has a power save mode. It has 5 levels of brightness, so you can always see the numbers clearly no matter day or night. Comes with an 18-month warranty, has 13-inch NFL standard numbers, and even comes with a spot here for a sponsorship logo to help you pay for the system. As you can see, this is cutting-edge technology. Check out our website, sidelinepower.com, or give us a call to get yours ordered today. Stay powered up.